Ghusl in Islam is a means of purification prescribed by Allah for lifting the major impurities, such as Janabah, state of major ritual impurity, menstruation, and postpartum bleeding. First, we must understand that there are two types of ghusl, partial and complete. Partial ghusl is sufficient for purification and removing impurity, allowing one to pray. On the other hand, complete ghusl is the more perfect and preferred method, which the Prophet ﷺ taught us. So, how do we perform it correctly? First, partial ghusl involves the following steps. 1. Intention, niyyah. Before starting the ghusl, the person should intend in their heart that they are performing this ghusl to obey Allah, without needing to verbally declare it. 2. Washing the private areas, Istinja. 3. Pouring water over the entire body, ensuring that water reaches every part of the body. This is a partial ghusl, and many believe it is a correct ghusl. While it does purify a person and make them eligible for prayer, it is considered partial and less complete than the full ghusl. The complete ghusl, which is the ideal method taught by the Prophet ﷺ, combines complete purification and wudu, ablution, before the ghusl. The steps are as follows. 1. Intention, niyyah, as mentioned earlier. 2. Istinja, cleansing the private areas. 3. Start with regular wudu for prayer. Say Bismillah, and wash the hands 3 times to begin the wudu. Gargle, mouth, and sniff, nose, 3 times. Wash the face 3 times. Wash the arms from the fingertips up to the elbows 3 times, starting with the right arm, then the left. Wipe the head and ears once. Wash the feet with the ankles 3 times, starting with the right foot. After completing the wudu, the Prophet ﷺ recommended pouring water over the head 3 times, ensuring that the water reaches the scalp. Then, pour water over the entire body, starting with the right side, then the left, making sure the water reaches all parts of the body, especially hidden areas like under the armpits and between the toes. After that, you can shower normally, and that is the complete ghusl. It is not required to perform wudu after this ghusl, unless something that nullifies wudu occurs during or after the bath. In that case, one must perform wudu before praying. However, if nothing that breaks wudu happens, then the ghusl for Janabah is sufficient and takes the place of wudu. Thus, we have learned the difference between partial ghusl and complete ghusl, and how to perform the correct ghusl according to the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. We must understand that ghusl in Islam is not merely a physical purification, but rather a heartfelt act of worship and a prophetic tradition through which the servant draws closer to Allah, the Exalted. The more a Muslim is keen to perform the complete ghusl as taught by the Prophet ﷺ, the more reward he attains, and the more perfect his purification and emulation become. So let us make our purification an act of obedience, our ablution a form of worship, and our following of the Sunnah of our Prophet ﷺ, a path to closeness with Allah. If you found this video useful, don't forget to share it with others. May Allah reward you, and peace be upon you, and the mercy of Allah and His blessings.